Okay, so welcome back. This is Malacosa, and you're watching episode 12 of the ManuFactory. So as I eat some breakfast here on this nice beautiful day, last episode we almost got to making our quarry, so let's see where we are. So basically where we stopped off is we needed to create an industrial blast furnace. But as well, it's a multi-block structure, so we also need to create some standard machine casings, and we'll need to hook it up to some power, and we're going to need some buckets, and of course some titanium dust to process. As you can see, I've already processed a couple here just to test this out. Get rid of these bones here. So how do we do all this? Well, pretty intense process here. The industrial blast furnace is created, and I chose that recipe there. And actually, let's just go over to our crafting table to show you this in a better way. Let's start off with the industrial blast furnace. So, recipe, this was the recipe I chose right here. So, ignore this. This was an advanced machine block surrounded by cupru nickel heating coils, electronic circuits, and induction furnaces. We've already seen the electronic circuits. So the heating coils are simply made from, in this case I chose nickel and copper in a rolling machine to get 3 of them. That was relatively easy to do. Nickel's just gotten from standard dust that you get from iron, and copper's pretty standard too. The induction furnace is made from copper surrounding an electric furnace and one of those advanced machine blocks that will also need one of those separately. So we'll need 3 of these. The electric furnace is just simply an iron furnace with redstone and electronic circuit. The iron furnace is, as you know, iron surrounding a furnace, or just simply iron, so that's pretty easy. The advanced machine block, however, requires a machine block, which we all know is just refined iron, but it also requires advanced alloys and carbon plate. Now, carbon plate's relatively easy. It's just raw carbon mesh in a compressor. We have a couple compressors already, so no big deal. Raw carbon mesh can be gotten from 2 raw carbon fiber, which is gotten from coal dust, 4 in a square, and you can get your coal dust by just very simply putting coal in either a macerator or I want to say a powered furnace or a pulverizer, but I don't see the recipe here. Curious. Well, you can put coal in a pulverizer to get coal dust, so that does work. So that's basically the induction furnace, and you'll need an advanced machine block there as well to get your industrial blast furnace. But to use the industrial blast furnace, we need a machine, a set of machine casings in your standard 3x3x4 high setup. You'll need 34 of those because the hollow needs to be kept empty. How do you make a machine casing? Well, they're pretty easy too. In this case, I picked aluminum plate recipe because I had lots of aluminum, and I used electronic circuits and the machine frames. Now, unfortunately, I built way too many machine frames. I didn't realize that this recipe actually produced 4 machine casings, so just be aware of that. The aluminum plate, it's just an aluminum bar in a bending machine. The aluminum ingot can be just smelted very easily from aluminum powder in our industrial blast furnace, which we set up last episode. So I had a fair amount of aluminum dust from processing the titanium, so I just put that back into the industrial blast furnace to get aluminum ingots. So that was pretty simple. And the rest of this, electronic circuits and machine blocks or machine frames, you know. So like here's the recipe for the machine frame, which is what I picked. So it's just glass, iron, and gold. And then we need some glass fiber cable and some buckets. We need the buckets because we're going to need some lava. And luckily we have an ender tank here full of lava. So let's just grab some lava out of that. Very simple to do. Now, we'll need to wire this up to some power. And in this case, I'm going to wire it up to my MFE, which I just clicked on incorrectly. So now we lost all that power, which is too bad. So we're going to put our MFE there. It's going to fill up. There we go. So there's our MFEs. The dot represents the output. So we're just going to wire this up here. And we're going to take this down to here. And then we're going to plop down our industrial blast furnace. Now, when you do this, you'll notice it says incomplete machine casing, and you'll notice this small diagram over here. This represents the bottom of the machine setup of machine casings, two middle sections that are hollow with lava in them. That's why we need the lava, and a top layer. So let's set that up. Basically, all you need is a 3x3 set of machine casings here, a hollow set on the second level, followed by another hollow layer, and this is where we need to add in our lava. This particular machine is heat-based, so putting lava in the middle will help generate more heat, which is why we're doing that. Specifically in this case, it'll generate 500 more heat. We need a total of 1500 heat to do the titanium recipe. I will post the Wikipedia page for this particular machine below the video, so please look that up. The industrial blast furnace can be made from various machine casings. You can make them from standard, reinforced, and advanced, and you can actually put in more. You can put in lava to increase the heat, and you can also use heat coils to increase the heat. So there's various heat coils as well. The first level is cupru nickel, the second level is nichrome, and the third and final level is canthal, which are very hard to make. For now, we only need 1500 heat, and the heat capacity of this particular industrial blast furnace is 1520, so we should be good. If we put our titanium dust in, it'll start processing 2 bars. Now, I've already done a couple of these, so we'll take these over to our fabricator and use them. Actually, we need to put them in a bending machine, I believe, because we need titanium plates, which means we need to put them in a bending machine, and we specifically need 2 of them. So let's take 2 of these and put them in our bending machine to get the titanium plates that we need. So finally, here's our 2 titanium plates that we've needed to create our diamond drill. And we will need the diamond gears as well. So as you know, we're trying to create a quarry. The recipe for a quarry is as follows. We made the mining drill last episode. We need the mining drill. So let's just click on the recipe for that. And here's the mistake I made last time when dealing with diamonds. Last time I did a recipe that required an industrial diamond, and I tried to use regular diamonds. So just be aware of that. Just take your regular diamonds and replace them in the recipe, and you should be fine. and we'll put our diamonds, our drill, our titanium plate, and our advanced circuit. Everything should work, and it doesn't because the mining drill has a damage value on it. So just be aware of that. We'll have to put these in a regular crafting table. Kind of sucks that I have to do that, but whatever. Here we go. 2 titanium plates and our advanced circuit, and we get a diamond drill, which is exactly what we need. Now the quarry again is like so, and we need another advanced circuit, which I wasn't forward thinking enough to create in advance. So advanced circuits again are glowstone, lapis, and redstone. We will also need some rubber and some copper, not brass or bronze, copper. Where's my copper? Okay, so we are looking to make an advanced circuit, which means we need an electronic circuit, which means I also need some refined iron. That one, silly. And I need some copper. And some rubber. So there's some copper cables. I made too many. Oh well. Excuse me. I'm sorry, this is taking way too long. I should have done this off camera, but that's okay, I guess. We only need one of these. So there's your electronic circuit, and we need an advanced circuit. And there we go, there's our advanced circuit. Alright, so where were we here? Ah, yes. Right over here. Put this recipe in. And so basically all we need is we need the diamond drill, a couple of diamond gears, which we showed how to make last episode. Same with gold gears, some iron gears, and an advanced circuit. And there's our quarry. Finally, we have a quarry. Ah, quarry! The quarry block is a hugely useful block. It allows us to dig out large areas. If you just place it down, it's going to put down a construction flame, and that's the area it would quarry out. Of course, we don't actually want to quarry out that area. It will also go along this. It'll build a nice frame. You'll see it going once we start it. And it will build a quarry arm and quarry down to the center of the earth, and ejecting all the materials at the top. So we need some storage to store materials in, and something to filter the materials easily. So let me get those parts together, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see in my hand, I'm holding another machine. We're building yet another machine. In this case, we're building an industrial centrifuge. We're going to use this to help us make some helium coolant cells, which we need to make a mining laser. Now, mining lasers are really handy, and we're going to use this to help place our quarry. Specifically, our quarry needs landmarks, and I will get to that in a minute. But let's just find out what we need to do to get our industrial centrifuge, which I just finished making. So the industrial centrifuge, in this case, I use refined iron plates because that was useful. But you can make them out of aluminum plates as well. It requires 2 advanced circuits, an extractor, and a couple of advanced machine blocks. So we've seen all of that before. So basically what we do is we're going to place our industrial electrolyzer down where we can get some 32 volt power. There it is, charging up. The way this machine works is you place some empty cells up here, and whatever you want to centrifuge in the center. In this case, I want to do glowstone. Glowstone will get us our helium cells. And I will just show that right now. Here's the 36K helium cell which we need to create. It requires two 180K helium cells, which will require a total of 6 60K helium cells, and those are made from our industrial centrifuge with glowstone, specifically 16 glowstone at a time, so we're going to need some more glowstone. We'll also get some redstone and some gold dust out of this, so this is actually a pretty nice recipe for getting helium, because we get gold. So I'll be right back once we have enough helium. You also notice there are quite a number of interesting recipes as well. We could have used endstone dust, but we don't have any endstone right now. So we'll let this run, and I will be right back. Okay, we're back, and our industrial centrifuge has finally finished creating our 6 helium cells. Now note, this does take a large amount of time. I mean, we're talking 1250 seconds, which is 20 minutes per cell, so I had to wait a couple hours to get these 6 helium cells. So let's just get those out, and we'll come over here and we'll finish up our creation of our mining laser. Now, one of the things I will note is one of the reasons we're doing this is to create a quarry and use our mining laser to help position the quarry. One of the reasons we want the quarry is because we are running low on some of our resources, mainly copper and tin. One of the interesting things with tin is that we did have an excess of aluminum. You can use aluminum to create cans, which is a very simple recipe. And I will show it right here. There it is right there. 4 aluminum in the circle will create 4 cans. The cans can be used, and if you smelt them, either in a powered furnace or a regular furnace, you will get 2 tin nuggets. So that's one of the things I have been doing just to increase our supply of tin without having to go and mine additional resources. Now we did get some gold dust, so I'm going to go over here and put that in our factory. And as you can see, our powered furnace are producing tin nuggets for us, and there they all are. So we'll grab some of those because we do need some tin. And I've got the recipe set up here over in our fabricator to just process that tin into tin ingots. So there we go, there's all our tin ingots. I'm not sure why suddenly those didn't, oh, it's just a graphics glitch, no big deal. So we got some more tin ingots. So let's take a look at what we can do with our helium cells. I believe we want to use these, yes, to create 60K helium coolant cells, and this is where the tin comes in handy. We need the tin to do that. So there's our recipe, and there's our 60K coolant cells. Now you'll notice these don't stack, so this is where the fabricator becomes really useful. We'll convert these 60K coolant cells into 180K coolant cells, again using more tin. And we'll convert these 180Ks into a 360K, again using more tin. And the one thing we need is a dense copper plate. The recipe for that is 8 copper plates in a compressor. So we need some copper. So let's get some copper. 8. We put the copper into our plate bending machine here. Okay, there's our 8 copper plate, and if you take those over to one of our compressors, any compressor will do. And there's our dense copper plate, which we will take over to our fabricator and use it to create our 360K coolant cell, which for some reason disappeared. Oh, okay, so here's what happened. The 360K coolant cell got created in the fabricator and immediately disappeared because I forgot we had the recipe for our mining laser already set up in here, and the only missing component was the 360K helium cell. And so there we go. There's our mining laser. Now, mining lasers are really cool. Be careful though, don't use them around your machinery because you'll end up mining your machinery. Just put the mining laser into the MFE and it will charge up. And there's our mining laser all powered up. Now, if I am not mistaken, if you hold down your mode key, which I just had to reconfigure to be Z, normally it's default M, but that conflicts with Ray's minimap. If you hold down your mode key and press right click while you have your mining laser equipped, you will switch its mode. There are several modes: low focus, long range, horizontal, superheat, scatter, explosive, and mining. We're going to switch to horizontal, if I can. There we go. And we're going to go downstairs. And in this case, I've started digging out an area here. Now remember, this is the center of our mine. And so what I want to do is, and as you can see, oh my god, look at the mining laser go. Wow. We're just going to mine out this entire area here. And look at that, it's just going. Oops. This is one of the things you need is torches. Yay, torches. Horizontal is really great because basically it just goes horizontal. Really quite cool. So what I will do is we're going to go back upstairs and get all the materials we need for our quarry, and I will show you how to set it up. So we'll be right back. And here we are. So what we're going to need first, obviously, is the quarry. We're going to need some redstone energy conduits to hook up some power to it. We're going to need some landmarks. Now, landmarks are new. They can be used to basically mark off an area for the quarry to mine. They're made quite easily from just a redstone torch and some lapis. So there you go. We'll need some landmarks. The nice thing about landmarks is you can put a redstone torch right near them and they will show a nice area. I'll show that in a minute. We'll also need a way to move the items from the quarry into something to contain the items. In this case, I'm going to use a combination of gold transport pipe, emerald transport pipe, and iron transport pipe. We may not need the iron, and I'll get into these once we start actually setting up the quarry. To store items, we're going to use a combination of barrels and a diamond chest. Hopefully the quarry won't overfill, but we'll see. For power, what we're basically going to do is we're going to just steal a couple of these redstone energy cells. Now, do note, use your prototype Omni wrench or a wrench to get them. Don't mine them because then you'll lose the energy. And I notice this one's partially empty. So we're going to put that one back. And we're going to get a full one. And that one's full. So we're going to get that one instead. So there we go. And we're going to go downstairs and we're going to set our quarry up. Now, again, this is the center of where we want to mine. So the quarry will start here on this line, which is what we're going to do. I'm going to hit F9 so that I can see my chunk boundaries. I'm going to hit it again. There's our first chunk boundary. And I'm going to bring up our map, and we want to map out, I want to mine out 3 chunks out from this center one. So this is 1, 2, and we'll get our mining laser, and this is where the mining laser becomes really handy. This is 2. Let's get some light going here. And this is 3. And look at that, we hit it dead on. So what we do here is I'm going to place down my landmark. And just to show you what happens when we do it, I'm going to place down a redstone torch. That's going to put out alignment beams vertically and in both horizontal directions. They will go a total of 64 blocks because that's the maximum size of any area mapped out by a landmark, I should say. I'm going to put another landmark, and remember that this is the center, so I'm actually going to put the second landmark here, and I'm going to put a torch there. And what we want to do is we want to map out a square. So what we're going to do is we're going to fall down. Haha! And that's why I put that water there, so that if we fell, we wouldn't take damage. And up we go. So we're going to use our mining laser again. And we're going to keep mining in this area. So this is 0. This is 1. And let's get a torch. Now we're in 2. And now we want to find the end of 3. So we're in 3 now, we just want to find the end. And there it is there. Get some light in. And we're just going to get some dirt just to close that hole off, just to make it nice. And we're going to put a final landmark right here. Oh, some crystal. All right, so now we've marked off our area. What we can do now is I'm going to cancel or destroy that redstone torch. And what you do now is you want to get that little square and just right click on the center landmark. Now, at this point, what I want to do is I want to put my quarry right next to the landmark. And because of the way I want to put it actually on the square it was put on, or I should say the block that it was put on. So let's just replace this landmark here and re-trigger it. And that's where I want to put my quarry. I want to put my quarry right here. Now when we do that, it's going to create these lines. And actually, I've done this wrong, so let me be right back and I will do this correctly. Okay, there we go. We're back, and what I wanted to do is I just wanted to lower the quarry down 1 block because I want to have it mine out these 5 blocks up here. Now what it's going to do when we apply energy is it's going to start immediately clearing out all of this section. You'll see it quite shortly. So we're going to set up a small energy area here. We're just going to place, and you want to make sure that when you do this, you put your energy cells in an area that's not going to be mined by the quarry. Because once it mined these energy cells, it would stop, and we don't want it to stop. So we're going to put all 6 down. It's not necessary, but do note you can set the maximum output of your energy cells higher than 50 megajoules. But since the quarry only needs 50 megajoules, having all 6 of these down can easily supply that. Now also note, they won't all go down. It's not like we're using 300 megajoules per tick. We're only using 60. However, do note that as soon as we put them down, this quarry has begun. And we can actually, hopefully, see it start to mine out. Okay, and now I know why the quarry hasn't started digging. We forgot one thing. We forgot to turn on the power by making these orange instead of blue. And sure enough, there it goes. There's the quarry. Now it's going to dig out this entire area so that it can then start quarrying. So while it's doing that, I will try and not get myself killed. And we're going to put some pipes together, and I'm going to show you how we're going to collect these resources. What we're going to do is we're just going to quickly get some gold pipe here just to bring it down to this level. So all the items are going to follow this gold pipe very easily. I'm just going to take them down to, probably this level here. Why not? And we're going to take along here. Now, then we're going to use emerald pipe. Now, emerald pipe is nice because I'm not sure why it's glitching out there. What emerald pipe does is it will connect to an inventory, I believe. Yes, no? And fill that inventory with whatever item comes along first. Curious. Pretty sure it was emerald pipe I wanted. Alright, I'll be right back once the quarry has actually started digging and we can see some items flowing through and we can get this all set up. Okay, I just wanted to show you this. You can see the little mining laser there, which is part of the quarry, mining out this area. This area is now 2 blocks high, so we can now navigate in it pretty easily. I'm doing this just to light it up a bit and to mine out some of the minerals as they get exposed. So we're not wasting as much materials. Now just beware, however, it won't be lit quite well. So as you can see, there are some monsters here. So if you are going to do this, just be cautious and make sure that you protect yourself. So I will be right back once the quarry is finished built and has actually started digging. Okay, the little mining bot has finished drilling out this huge area. There's monsters all around. It's quite scary, actually. When it comes back, you'll be able to see it clearly. It's putting down these orange quarry pipes, and it will eventually finish this. There it goes. There's the starting one. And as you can see, it's starting to create the top level. And so we'll be right back when this is done and the quarry arm is deployed. Okay, and as you can see, there's the quarry arm. It's dug out quite a bit of a chunk already just by the time we got up here. And here it comes for another pass. And as you can see, it's going really fast. Here it comes. Wow, look at it go. All of these resources are going to our quarry, which is over here, and through our pipes, and there you can see them going. They're going quite fast, actually. Golden pipes are great for that. They speed up items immediately. That's the great use of golden pipes. Now, I did say that we were going to use barrels, and here's the barrels, and as they are filling up, configured to various items. But here's the trick: diamond pipes. Diamond pipes are great. They have 6 colored edges. In this case, it's yellow, black, and green. We want the black one. Diamond pipes basically filter items out. Basically, any item you put in the black row is going to go down the black row. And if it's not in the black row, it's going to go down the next available one, which in this case will be green because the items are coming in through yellow. They'll never go back to yellow. They'll always go to green or black in this case. So we've got the first 2 configured as cobblestone, just in case this one fills up. This next one will take over. We've got the next guy not configured at all, which is curious. Oops, let me get this gravel here and let's configure this. Basically the way you configure it is just click and you're done. Let's put this gravel back in. We've got the next guy configured as dirt, so that's where all the dirt's gonna go. And then sand, marble, and finally, really hard to see, obsidian. Anything else that gets past those 7 barrels will then go into this diamond chest, and eventually this diamond chest will fill up. And as you can see, we're already getting some bees. This is the first time we've actually seen bees, because up until now I've not been ready to do bees. So obviously it's mined out a couple of rocky hives and gotten some rocky drones and rocky princesses, so we'll have to find somewhere to put them. Okay, one thing I did forget to mention is how do you create a diamond chest? Well, it's pretty easy actually. Remember, we have upgraded all of our gold chests from iron previously. Diamond chests are just a natural extension of gold, and they can be created either with a gold chest surrounded by glass and some diamonds, or an iron silver chest with diamonds. They can also be done using an upgrade, which is not that upgrade, it's this upgrade. Glass again, diamonds, gold, to get your gold to diamond chest upgrade. They can also be eventually upgraded to crystal or obsidian. Now the crystal ones are see-through and you can see the items that are actually in the chest, which is really cool. The obsidian chest though is very useful. It basically prevents the chest from being blown up by creepers. So we will eventually upgrade all of our chests to obsidian chests just to ensure that we're safe. But it looks like it's time to go. This episode we managed to finally get our quarry up and running. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode and learned something new. Please like, subscribe, and leave any comments or suggestions you may have. This has been episode 12 of the ManuFactory with Malacosa, and I'm signing out.